Really hope I don't get sick from this. This one is much more clumpy. So let me give this a little smell. That sounds so disgusting. I can't believe I'm eating this. So today I thought I would do something a little bit different and veer into the realm of food history. I am no Mrs. Crocombe or John Townsend, but I do know my way around a kitchen, and I thought that my first video should be something super iconic from the period. Gelatin salad, better known today as a Jello mold. So after I decided that I would start recreating historical dishes, I thought one step further and wondered if I could actually acquire real historical ingredients. Obviously, this only works with packaged or canned food, but that's perfect for a Jello mold. To eBay I went and I acquired 6 boxes of Jello. So it will definitely be an experiment to see if these even work, and if they work, will they even taste okay? And it really does feel like a travesty to use up these almost antiques. But I feel like the fact that an unlimited number of people can see this educational content is much more valuable than these boxes kind of just sitting in my collection where very few people will ever see them. So I feel like that's a fair trade-off. So in my quest for historical accuracy, I will be creating 1 dessert gelatin salad and 1 savory gelatin salad. I will be using 2 recipes from a very well-loved 1950s edition of Better Homes and Gardens. This is probably the most popular cookery resource of the time. The sweet recipe that I chose is titled Fruit Gelatin Salad, and it calls for lemon flavored Jello. I was able to acquire strawberry flavored Jello, and it just kind of calls for a bunch of fruit. And then the savory recipe that I'm going to be using is called Vegetable Loaf Gelatin Salad. There were definitely more savory gelatin salads that I could have chosen from, like shrimp salad, you know, stuff with meat in it, but I just need to give myself like a fleeting chance to like this. I'm not about to put like disgusting tuna fish into a Jello salad. Like, I need to start off a little bit easy. Okay, so let's get on to this recreation, or shall I say experiment. So I'm going to start off by greasing my pans. I poured some oil into this loaf pan. This is going to be for the savory one, and this is going to be for the sweet one. This is original from the 50s. We just moved, so I have no clue where I put my cooking spray. And 2 packets are from the 50s, and 1 packet is very clearly from the 1970s. So definitely a bit different from today's packaging. It's much more waxy. Definitely not clumpy whatsoever. The granules are still very much intact. So let me give this a little smell. It doesn't smell bad at all. So this is what it looks like. You could see that there is some discoloration among the granules. I'm really not sure if that was a feature of this powder or not. Imagine if like these memory cards like get corrupted. I would be so incredibly sad. So this is actually dated 12/15/74. Okay, so this package is definitely not as brown and waxy as the previous one. You could see the difference here. This also seems slightly smaller. It's like heat sealed shut, unlike the other one. So let me do a little smell. It smells perfectly fine. So this one is definitely much more pink than the other 2. You could see the difference here. And there's no discoloration in the granules, so that's interesting. Adding the other 1/2 cup. So I definitely want to mix this as well as I possibly can, because I have made Jello before where it's really firm in some areas and then loose in other areas. So I want to make sure that the gelatin is dissolved. So I'm going to mix this for like a good 5 minutes. Don't want to give this a reason not to work. It does smell really strawberry. It smells delicious actually. So I don't think the flavors are expired. I mean, they are technically expired. Another 1/2 cup. So it's not filled up completely to the top, but when I add the fruit, it'll definitely displace some of that liquid and probably make it much taller. The recipe calls for it to chill for an hour before the fruit is put in. Next, I move on to making the savory gelatin salad. Jeez. There we go. This one is much more clumpy than the strawberry one. I'm not sure if that's the gelatin or the sugar.
So I didn't realize that my memory card was full when I opened and emptied the other two boxes, but they are significantly more white. I'm assuming that the first one had some sort of water damage and that's why it kind of browned.
Really hope I don't get sick from this.
Let's pour that in. So I'm going to chill this until it is partially set.
While that sets, let's get a better understanding of where these gelatin dishes originated. The use of gelatin can be dated all the way back to the medieval period where nobility would enjoy elaborately designed molds. The processing of collagen from livestock bones took a lot of effort, thus only the nobility and gentry could enjoy this treat. In the 18th century, gelatin delicacies made their way to the American colonies where Thomas Jefferson would serve wine jelly. It wasn't until 1897 when the brand Jello was sold for $450 to the Genesee Pure Food Company. Jello sales soon began to boom in the early 20th century. Early ads promised housewives that they could serve what the rich were eating for just 10 cents a box. The Depression prompted households to stretch their ingredients as far as possible, and the introduction of lime-flavored Jello in the 1930s gave the salad trend a major boost. Meat and potatoes kind of represented masculine meals, while gelatin dishes came to be seen as the perfect feminine food. Dainty Desserts for Dainty People was the title of a 1915 Knox Gelatin cookbook. That is so odd. After World War II, processed food was viewed as revolutionary, and anything that took scientific feats to create was relished. Thus, housewives readily used instant gelatin in their meals. Mid-20th century families were obsessed with efficiency, and instant Jello fit that notion. There was no right way to make a Jello mold, and throwing whatever leftovers you had into a gelatin salad was the most common way to prepare the dish. This would stretch food and save a household money. Since shaped molds allowed for elaborate presentations, cooks could showcase their skills setting ingredients to achieve a certain look, and even folded heavy cream and mayo into the gelatin for an opaque appearance. Nothing was off limits. Now that these are partially set, I'm going to start adding my accoutrement to the gelatin molds.
I'm gonna put some peaches around the edge, and I wanna kind of just spread some apples. So I'm gonna put this back in the fridge now. So I'm now working on the vegetable loaf. I let it set for maybe a little too long. It said chill for an hour, and I should have checked it sooner, but that's okay. I'm kind of just pushing the olives towards the front, or towards the top, excuse me. And then hopefully pouring in the rest of the Jello will allow it to fill in the little holes I'm kind of making. I guess I'll do like a little bit of cheese. I'm really surprised it's set, honestly. Did you know that people used to make icing for these out of mayonnaise to make it look like it was a dessert, but it was actually savory? That sounds so disgusting. That completely displaced the cheese. I should have known that. Let's put in some carrots. Oh, I should put the carrots on the side. I think that would look pretty, right? Okay, so that's good for now. I'm gonna put that back in the fridge.
So I decided I wanted to try one of those mayo opaque layers with some lime Jello that I have. Remember, nothing was off limits with these salads.
Yeah, oh well, it's like speckled. And yeah, I definitely meant to do that. Okay, this is nice and solid, which is amazing. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom to do a little contrast. This is not part of the recipe. I just wanted to do something cute. Should I put green beans in it or just leave it? Yes, I'm going to resist the urge. Maybe just a few. I feel like I didn't add any of the green beans I got. Like, if we're gonna make it savory, let's add some spices. That's definitely not a 1950s. Okay, let's put her back in the fridge.
So this is what the veggie loaf looks like. So it looks like everything's set really well. So there was no issue with the gelatin not maintaining its stability. I am honestly so utterly surprised that this 70-year-old gelatin still set like a champ. Like, look at this. And same with the fruit one. Set amazingly. I'm really excited to try the sweet one. Not as much for the savory, but I am excited to kind of see what all the rage was about back then. Please God, allow this to work. Okay. Oh my God, it worked. It worked, yes. Wow, you can see the pineapple. The pineapple looks amazing.
There we go. There we go. Oh my God, it looks amazing.
There she is in all of her glory. The olives look really cool on top, and the carrots look really cool on the side. You can't really see the bottom layer too much, but I think it adds like a nice little pop of green. I can't believe I'm about to eat 70-year-old food. Here we go. Wow. That is really flavorful. You could definitely taste the strawberry flavor. It's really, really prominent. And I'm honestly surprised because I thought, okay, if the gelatin sets, that would be great. But I thought surely the flavor must at least be bland, if not completely unrecognizable. But that is strong. It tastes amazing, honestly. Really good. I can't believe I'm eating this. My body's telling me like, okay, this tastes great, go ahead, but my brain is telling me, do you really want to be eating more than one bite of expired food? Oh my gosh, with the banana, it's amazing. I feel like with the apple and the pineapple, you have to spend your time chewing that before you can really taste the flavor. But the banana, it's like the perfect texture to be integrated with Jello. I'm gonna stop eating this now and try the savory loaf. Let's get an olive, honestly. Let's get an olive. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay. At first I was like, no, but it's not bad. Let me get something that's a little less overpowering. Let me do the carrot. Okay. Okay, so this is some carrot in it, a little bit of cheese, and then the bottom. I do not like this. Oh my God, I do not like this. I am not a picky person when it comes to food, but this is not good. And I just have grown up my entire life eating Jello that's sweet, knowing it as sweet. So as soon as I get that texture in my mouth and then I taste something savory, I don't like it. All of the flavors are cold, so I feel like I can't taste the vegetables as strongly as I'd like to. So if I made like a pineapple fruit gelatin salad or whatever, I think it would be amazing. Like there's nothing wrong with the Jello flavor at all. The pineapple definitely comes through, just like the strawberry. Not for me. I don't know how people eat this stuff. Maybe if it was unflavored gelatin, because I did see recipes where it called for unflavored gelatin and then you'd add certain spices or flavors. I think that could be okay. Let me try radish and with cheese and a little bit of Jello. And let's see how that is. No. You know what I think might have thrown that off? The vinegar. I think salt and other seasonings combined with the fruit Jello and maybe a little bit more water would make this much, much better. So all in all, I feel like this was such a cool experiment. I do have other mid-20th century foods that I purchased off eBay, and I would love to give this a try if people enjoy this type of content. I can't believe this worked. I'm just honestly still in awe that I'm sitting in front of two 70-year-old Jello molds. That is just wild. Please comment below if your mom or grandmother ever made gelatin salads, Jello molds, savory or sweet, and if you like them or not. Because I'm really interested to know if this is still in the boomer cultural zeitgeist, if you will. I'm sure a lot of church parties and barbecues still have their fair share of gelatin salads on the table. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Bye for now.